Huh. That's cool. You okay, Doc?
Yeah, just listening to the Gears of War 2 soundtrack.
I should play Gears of War on my channel.
You should.
Before E-Day comes out.
You have plenty of time to do that. And go through Gears 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Judgment.
That's a oh yeah, there's a fifth one.
Yeah. There's like 8 or 7 Gears of War games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Judgment, and then there's E-Day, or E-Day, and then there's the Tactics, which is very underrated.
I like Gears of War Tactics.
I did too. It was very fun.
Gears meets XCOM.
It literally is just Gears of War and XCOM. It's fun. It was fun. Wish there was more to it though. Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh,
My ass itches. Why is Nishi falling to his death as your banner, Doc?
That's not Nishiki.
Who is that?
That is a character called Akiyama. He's in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and newer games.
I'm back.
He's
Hi,
another
welcome
main
back.
character. He's like the best. He's the best character aside from like Hiro.
Who's that right there in the save banner?
What? Oh, it's Sholms. Oh god, I have to remember all that happened.
You gotta be, you gotta remember what happened, and you gotta be British.
I refuse to believe Bandana Man is dead. Fuck you.
Later on, I have to be Russian.
Oh god.
Fuck, I'm in
If I have to do a Russian accent, it's the death of me. I'm not gonna be able to do it. I can't do accent.
It'll be fine.
Borscht.
Bork. Bork. Bork.
Bork, bork, bork.
That is Swedish, though. Also, that was German.
Did Cosmo write that before he died? It looked like it was written ink. Ink.
1103.
No, we ain't doing that again. I wasn't even there for it, and I don't want that to happen.
On the desk when he collapsed on the floor. Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage.
That's
Bingo.
7, 8,
Got
9.
it.
I'm looking at it upside down.
Got it.
90D.
Got
Backwards.
Got it.
He's
It
Cyrillic.
There are some letters that are in English and then others that are not. That's what I can glean from this.
Pain.
No, I'm pretty sure it's also Cyrillic.
Oh.
I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of clue in his final moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. You're writing shit.
Are you writing stuff?
Skill issue, man.
I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san.
Then why the hell am I speaking British?
Yeah, I don't know why you're speaking British.
What?
God.
Now, I'm gonna speak normally then for any Japanese character.
Yeah, that'd be really funny.
What?
We speak British for the Japanese characters and then plain old English for everybody else.
No, I'm gonna speak normally for every Japanese character. Remember, we're the foreigners!
I still think we should have like a group of characters that we just voice with the Beatles.
God.
Let's this game then. Do it and
What? Then
Maybe
then what language is it? No, what language is it, Satsudo?
It pains me to admit it, but I don't know.
Not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder?
Oh dear, that won't do.
Oh? What's the matter, Sasoto-san?
Susato.
Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused, I forget to look around properly.
Ah, yes, that's not good.
I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san?
Eh?
Good.
Being able to look all around things. Are you? Now, let's investigate all corners of this cabin.
Thanks for the tutorial, Susato.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, I'm good.
I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. What does that mean, Naruhodo? Are you
Tunnel vision.
Are you blind? Hey, nice leg you got there. Perhaps I should see what this Russian crewman makes of the scene of the crime. Excuse me. Oh, hello. I forgot who was this Russian guy.
I think if Fitz was playing this character.
Oh, Fitz isn't here right now.
Fitz
so
is like not here right now, unfortunately.
Someone needs to take over for a random Russian sailor.
oh. Good.
I was wondering how it's going, the investigation, I mean.
Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes. But it is not true, I see.
Sorry?
The criminal asking investigator for information about his crime. Very funny.
Oh yeah, because they thought
It
we
was
killed him.
supposed to be a joke.
You are joke.
Oh.
What the fuck is this thing now?
He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty.
Mm.
He's convinced you're guilty.
He might have useful information, though. I have to keep trying. So, last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
Who is playing?
It. Of course not. Now back to corner of room and next silent. I say no more to you.
Did I hit a nerve? Just for a minute there, he seemed a little flustered. Gay?
No.
No, just because he's flustered doesn't make him immediately gay.
This is
He's
Ace Attorney,
joking
though.
the entire series. Everyone gay.
That's Kazuma-san's precious sword. He
I am
never went
gay,
anywhere
gay,
without it.
gay. I like long, big cocks. I am super, super gay. I like long, big cocks.
Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul.
We're fucking soul.
I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip.
I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. And now he's gone.
I'm gonna bring my sword.
But I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Okay. The meat on the bone.
Me.
That's my dinner last night. A roast chicken. It was really tasty.
Thanks.
Thanks, Naruto. Very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
But did you eat it on the floor here?
I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate it at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor.
Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he?
No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all of the more for me.
What am I doing here again?
No, does that mean... Poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly.
Oh no.
That's so horrible.
Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and a achy stomach. Skill issue, Naruto.
You got a tummy ache. Not too bad.
This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing.
London Diary. Poor Kazuma. He didn't even make it to his destination.
Oh.
It looks as though the last entry is complete. Incomplete.
Which means what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Ah!
Go, bruh!
Dog.
That's out of the question.
What?
Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts.
But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it.
Poor Kazuma-sama.
I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Your life doesn't mean shit, Naruto. What do you think this is? It looks like a broken
Half of
piece
a
of
bell?
glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two.
So, sword must have cut in half,
The
I
grass is
guess?
such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit.
I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around him, would he? I thought I was his cute little
And the
trinket.
mark beside it. It has a sort of brick like you.
Yes, you're right. It's the color of a brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. The books have fallen over on the shelf. Look. They're all toppled the same way.
And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well.
Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf had been ransacked and everything mown down at once.
I wonder if... Perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training, do you think?
I seriously doubt it.
And perhaps... It was you, Naruto-san. In a fit of rage.
I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder?
This was all he said.
Well, I also set everything straight again. I don't like this way to see a mess.
You're tampering with evidence! Well, fuck me, I guess. Sage, the Japanese word for justice. The brush strokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. He was also straight and true. With me, that is. His dick was straight.
Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his...
What is it with you today?
I don't know, help! Help!
Really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoroughly.
It's gay joke, it's always gay joke!
The punchline is always gay sex.
Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? I think I got down Naruhodo's voice. There's a difference between right and Naruhodo. I think I got it down.
On this ship.
Now you're going to bring that up, are you? I can't win. He's more whiny than Phoenix is.
Yeah. Because he's younger, isn't he? He's, what happened?
Oh, you know how Switch controllers be like, they just die on their own.
Japanese man's controller dying is very funny.
I accidentally pressed the same thing.
There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason.
Yes, it's strange. Actually, you know what? Now that you mention it... Yeah, he's around 23 like Kazuma.
Yeah, they're the same age. So they're technically 1 year younger than Phoenix was when he first started.
Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Oh wait, I have a kazoo. Oh.
That's funny. I
Christ.
That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all.
So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama.
Was he drugged?
No, no, no!
So-
Why you keep... Why you automatically blaming me?
Oh, get the case.
God damn it.
Yes.
My fucking, like, Switch controller, like... the input delay is horrible.
Just
Ah!
have to be patient. Now you're hanging upside down.
My Naruhodo chandelier.
My Naruto chandelier.
I'm just thinking Genja doing this to Jackie.
Why? I thought we were friends.
Friends do a little roughhousing.
It happens.
This is a bit than a little more.
You never
That's
like,
a very large traveling case, isn't it?
You never suplexed your best friend.
hey, you never suplex your best friend, Neo?
You ever RKO your best friend? Yes.
You never cage matched with your best friend?
Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me.
Oh, great firework.
Oh, the gay sex we had in that case. It's just porn!
So much porn.
Herlock,
Memories? What do you mean?
Herlock Sholms is gonna be either very straight or very gay.
I'm not.
Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case.
Oh no, my phone data can't be backed up. Whatever shall I do? I don't give a shit.
This
Ah,
way
yes.
up.
I see it says this way up in Japanese.
Which in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here.
Oh dear. Being stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds.
Well, it was less painful than a Sasato's takedown. Susato takedown. Yeah!
Isn't there something in check the closet?
I think we already did that. No, wait, no, we didn't. I'll check that afterwards.
Yeah.
There are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Bruh.
The SS bruh.
Bruh.
Essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board.
Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
Pets.
Yeah, well.
Yeah,
bad.
well, I'm taking my cat. What? Why are you staring at me?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet?
What?
What?
I can't decide.
Meow. Meow.
Alright, Ryanosuke, put the collar on.
Yes, Daddy. Well, one thing's for sure, either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Alright, Naruhodo, we're gonna do some swordplay.
It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san?
I think living isn't quite the right description.
Oh no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your secret hideout.
The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception.
Was he smuggled on board?
Yeah, he was
By
smuggled on
Kazuma,
board.
yeah. Kazuma smuggled it on board.
And then fucking died.
Yep.
Thanks. Thanks for leaving me in this
See,
predicament,
man.
asshole.
You have no idea what's happening out here in the cabin.
You're welcome.
I hate you. No, sadly not. Did the killer vent?
Is he
I
sussy?
think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. Holes through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin.
Seawater.
No.
Isn't that a little odd?
What do you mean?
Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin.
Yes, it would appear to. You're right.
Who's having gay... Who's having gay sex in the other room? I'd want to join in. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside.
That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough. Or something like that?
I suppose maybe that's it. What the fuck?
Yeah, the peak's here. The peak.
That was so sudden. Like, what
The peak.
Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago.
Yeah, like he literally just fucking
Bro,
vaporized.
is that not how you sit at your desk table?
As far as I could tell, it looked like he might be European.
Is he gay or European?
You noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks sus. Tall.
Well,
Suspiciously tall.
and handsome.
Sussy, tall, and handsome.
Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is?
Well, no, I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. Something very unusual about him.
You could say that again.
And is he investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell.
Bro's just stuck there.
Simply must talk with him.
Am I just imagining it, or does Satsuto-san look almost uncontrollably excited? The Ace Attorney fan would be like when they finally get
By the way, I think that
Sholms.
you've noticed already, but just in case. If you press on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them.
Alright then, I'll get that
What are
suspiciously
you
tall
talking about?
gentleman in my sight and see what he has to say for himself.
Oh, please do.
Hey, you.
It's your moment, Doc.
Yeah, it's my moment, and I'm playing fucking Destiny 2 right now, so it's really great.
Excuse me.
Mm.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
This is a critical point in my investigation.
What?
Okay.
Oh, there. All right, you're welcome. That was my moment. I'll see you next time.
Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly.
Yes, perhaps that would be for the best.
Oh, I hear fireworks already. Who?
Ah!
White man jump scare.
British jump scare.
What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now?
Oh, I see. Fascinating.
Sorry? What do you see? It feels like he's looking right through me.
Oh yes, everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. Get my ass kicked right now. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken.
What? Sorry? What?
And now, whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament.
Oh! Well, that's true at least.
I'm gonna be the reason my team fucking loses.
But how?
Hold on, my dear. Trying to get my ass kicked. How
The Sholms has to
did
hit
I
the
know
gritty.
that? Perhaps. It was the most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Fuck.
Or perhaps
Fuck.
that is anything else?
Shit.
But of course, a great many things. There's no mystery, my dear madam. You have fled your native land of Russia as you are a merciless revolutionary.
You're
You are at least 16 victims of assassination, Newark, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower.
No.
The fuck is the Crystal Tower? And then, when the... What the fuck is that word?
Barabon?
Be
The
ribboned.
barebone... Oh, well, and then the barebone occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity. You ended his life, too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully.
Jesus Christ, the fireworks are already starting.
No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. Fuck.
Shit. Just to be clear, you are talking about me, are you?
Certainly I am. Oh. Fucking love that stupid ass folks. And you see another Russian in this, or do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name.
Bobby Fulber. I don't even see one person who fits the bill.
So it's true. It was you who did this
Bruh.
to Kazuma.
Bruh.
You gotta believe this
Bruh.
random ass white guy?
Well,
Yeah,
if she's a fangirl of him, of course she will.
What?
happened? What?
Fizz opened the door. Hold on. Give me a second.
What happened is we met Herlock Sholms.
I know that much.
And you're planning a revolution. You're plotting a revolution too. It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked.
No, listen, there's no way. Ah!
Now explain yourself. Tell me everything.
This is ridiculous.
How could you do it?
For pity's sake, open your eyes! I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously!
Oh, forgive me.
And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just
I'm back.
saying the first thing that came into your head!
but was I not right? While venturing towards foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament, do you not?
Anybody can make that prediction on a whim.
What are you, a fortune teller?
Hell yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
maybe.
I can be if you want me to be.
Then there you have it, you see. What do you make of that, hmm?
Well, to be honest, the ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So, I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation.
Fizz.
Fuck, just fell over. Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right.
Huh? I don't think you introduced yourself.
I have to leave the door open because Fizz can't decide whether she wants to stay or leave.
My apologies. How remiss of me.
It's because of the fireworks going off. She's scared of the fireworks.
I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women of the world over. The Sherlock Holmes.
The word.
that word.
That word.
You know.
You know,
The cool Sherlock Holmes. I mean, Herlock Sholms. It's not copyright.
Not copyright. You can't fucking catch me.
Totally an original idea.
Oh god. Well, I guess I need to shut Kurt's door now.
The very same. That word, actual Herlock Sholms.
Admittable.
Admittable, yeah.
Do you know this man, Susato-san?
The most famous detective in the world? Naruhodo-san! Of course I do! There's nobody who hasn't heard of him!
He's the peak.
What planet have I been living on then?
We must ask him what he's been doing.
Oh yeah, if he's so famous, why isn't he in the Apollo trilogy or Right trilogy?
I'm sure.
Yeah, he was brutally murdered after this game.
No one's ever heard from him since.
Yeah, we don't know whatever happened to him.
Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? I love this theme.
Hmm.
The Great Detective. So, you're Great Detective, are you? Sorry, what's your name again?
Damn.
Damn! Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Herlock Sholms.
Oh, I see. You're German? Herlock, was it?
No, I have no hair in my name. I mean, I have hair. Please just call me Sholms.
This character's fucking funny.
You can read all about it in my exploits in this exciting London publication.
Oh my god!
Oh yes, Rats magazine! Full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain.
Like I'm gonna take a piece of fucking non-fiction ass fact!
I never miss an issue. I have sent it from England especially.
Ah yes, here it is. The Adventures of Herlock Sholms. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then?
Indeed I am.
And you've read so many of your own stories you started to think you really are a detective?
Oh my god.
Make no mistake, I am not the poor, deluded fellow you take me for. Your interference is backward.
Backward?
My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in magazines.
And also in Xbox video games. You have a biographer, do you?
Biographer.
Biographer,
A biographer,
thank you.
yeah. Wasn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London.
Watson. Dr. Wilson?
I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment I am returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown.
Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not.
Deduction, you see, is a science, logical reasoning in its purest form.
A science.
Really?
The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin, all these things are data.
Right.
And the trained logician
Logician.
makes the deductions of this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. And as I demonstrated only a few moments ago,
How can he look me in the eye
I'm
and
big
claim that?
brain. So you see, I have a turn for both observation and deduction, and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Herlock Sholms.
Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet?
If I manage to deduce anything, my dear fellow,
Fuck no.
how do you suppose discover the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the greatest detective before you. Now, Mr. Herlock Sholms.
Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in those now because of him. I'm in these now because of him.
I'm straight.
When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open.
And I concealed myself among the numbers, gaining entry to secure the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Herlock Sholms was on board.
Your ego is in the fucking roof, man.
And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo.
Ah!
The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me.
Oh, really? 2 facts, you say?
Yes, your friend was dead. And we're on a ship.
Mrs. Sholms, tell us, please! What 2 facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning?
Ah, yes. But first, let us be precise. The 2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me.
Yes, I understand. But what were they?
Allow me to
Elucidate?
elucidate. The 2 facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows.
He's dead.
Number 1, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape from the culprit out of the question. Number 2, the victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance.
He's not Russian.
Bro, he's Russian. What do you mean? Couldn't you tell by the name Kazuma that he's Russian?
Hold on, Mr. Sholm. What makes you think the victim was Russian?
Observe the dying meshes left by the victim on the floor.
People can be multilingual.
Well, not Kazuma, I imagine.
That is the Russian word for wardrobe.
So, do you really think that Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian?
No.
In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian.
Kazuma was Russian? Was he?
No, don't make him yell you.
Oh, dude, this guy's the fucking king of fucking gaslighting.
Yeah.
Initially, I considered Garderobe may be the name of the killer, certain Robert Gard, perhaps. In the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe, there at least.
Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly.
Quite so. I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer.
Why is it that I'm Russian too?
I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people.
No.
What?
God.
The traditional dress of the Russian people.
Susato.
My God, this guy's such a great
He
gaslighter.
really is like the king of
He is
gaslighting.
literally the king of gaslighting.
Kokichi could learn a thing or two from him.
My source, I made it the fuck up.
And the worst thing about it is that he's a famous detective, so he can kind of get away with it.
Yeah, because he has the fame.
He has the fame.
I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong!
And the worst part is he's actually really good at his job.
Yeah.
He took a photograph of the victim and the message that I might analyze it for possible hidden details.
I have 100 convictions under my belt this past year. And I don't know if half of them are right.
Maybe 9 of them were wrong.
Maybe none.
This
This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed.
My baby.
My bandana man.
Can't believe he died.
Yes.
Why must all the mentors die?
Except for Phoenix.
Why does this keep happening to me?
Yes. Cosmo had already been taken away when I woke up. Oh god, did they throw his body over the sea, in the water?
I don't think they. I don't think they just threw his body overboard.
This is the first time I actually see him like this.
No, with Sholms, anything is possible.
You could probably gaslit them to throw it overboard.
Into the ocean.
This man clearly has a bomb on him. If you can tell, he's
So we must
fucking great.
throw him into the ocean.
Yeah, throw him in the ocean.
Oh, yes, thank you. Yoink. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholms?
What, pray?
You mentioned Russian before. You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fierce revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that?
Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth.
Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think?
Oh god. Certainly. No, fuck that. Certainly, if it interests you, you know, Russian.
Russian.
I know that.
No.
Definitely.
I don't know how to say that.
Suka bread, you know?
Yeah.
Take my rifle and watch the road. How many times? I'm not Russian, I don't speak Russian!
Exactly what a Russian would say.
Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you conclude about me, I mean.
Oh, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in.
Actually, it was the other detail that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part?
Oh yes, the more sordid details, it was fairly a commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads,
Jeez.
Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai.
Villain Bolshevik.
Villain Bolshevik. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered.
Since when was Cosmo a Russian?
He's not.
He's not. Sholms is just a really bad detective.
Somehow broke on the floor.
It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who should kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you, villain Bolshevik.
No,
Yep,
no, no!
because,
How could it be me?
Because you guys look exactly, yeah, that's exactly what he looks like.
He's gonna gaslight him to make him think that he looks
I did
exactly
gaslight
like
to make you think that.
I don't look anything like this man! Just look at his face!
Well,
Maybe you just haven't looked at yourself in the mirror often, have
Yeah.
you?
Fuck you. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh my
fucking
God.
god, this dude!
He is so fucking peak.
Help!
And might I add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more?
Well, that's because I'm a stowaway.
What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower.
Oh yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far and those he is plotting. Yes. Everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake.
Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder?
No!
No! No!
The journalists would be shot dead if they tried.
And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan?
Also quite clearly stated here in the article, Bolshevik is recently returned after a period of subversive activities in the war-torn region of Afghanistan.
Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place.
You know, it's around the fucking world. Yeah, take the paper for yourself as a little memento for this great deduction.
Oh, thank you. I think.
I've absorbed all that there is of interest with me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby.
Oh, I'm the rubbish bin then?
It's called you trash. And you may find the article on the back of the page of interest. You may find the article on the back page of interest as well.
On the back?
Cast your eye over it sometime if interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret.
It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two.
Wait, if Sholms thinks he's a Russian revolutionary, why would he need someone to interpret it?
Oh yeah, because then wouldn't he be like?
Because if he's a Russian revolutionary, wouldn't he already speak like fluent Russian and like understand Russian?
Lady.
This is interesting.
Oh, have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san?
Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting.
I can't read a single word, I'm afraid.
Nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think?
She's very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, don't you?
Ellen Wyatt?
I
So
don't
this
know.
knows that my mic's been muted this entire time.
Oh no.
Oh,
I can't
pain.
make
You've
any
been
sense of it.
talking like villain.
I'm glad you noticed this article. White man jump scare. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents.
Oh, so you can read Russian?
Of course I can!
Maybe you're the Russian revolutionary.
Oh, fuck you!
Oh, thank you. He pops out everywhere, this Sholms.
Sholms everywhere moment. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai.
Prima ballerina, okay.
Yeah, something like that. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova.
Why are Russian names so hard to remember?
Our Russian names are hard to fucking pronounce. It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles.
Rubies!
Oh, rubies. Which in today's economy is, fucking worthless.
Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles?
I have no idea, but I'm quite sure. It must be an unbelievable sum of money.
Susato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. Shining bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond.
And the tiara is property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry.
Oh yeah, it is useless. 20,000 rubles is $225 in US.
What's yen?
Yes, I'm not surprised.
Well, I mean, just putting it to yen would give us another thing we can't understand.
Yeah. company is-
309.39 Japanese yen.
The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailing to Great Britain.
Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country?
It
Man,
does,
Russians fleeing their country, that never would happen.
it does seem to be the Russian thing to do.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo.
Careful, Naruto. Your racism is jumping out.
Yeah, what the fuck, Naruto?
What the fuck, you Sholms?
Hey, you know what? Yeah, your racism came out so much I became American.
Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you?
Kazuma? Oh, yes, the victim.
Kazuma Kiryu?
Kazuma Kiryu.
Notice anything useful? Anything at all?
I can't believe someone killed him.
Can't believe someone killed Kazuma Kiryu for like the 12th time. Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim.
By dang.
Bye, Wendy. You see that the victim was engaged in penning some text.
London diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. But I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people.
Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading.
Elucidate.
Elucidate, yep, that's what I meant.
You mean you read it already?
Yeah, when he was sitting on the desk.
My fucking job, man. It was my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I do know a smattering of Japanese.
Oh, I see.
Watched my favorite manga. I don't know any mangas.
Sherlock Hound.
Yeah. I was gonna say Pokemon, but I don't.
There
I
are
don't know if
literally
that's-
several Japanese anime adaptations of Sherlock Holmes.
Is there?
Yes,
awesome.
several.
Well, you're about to know what a Satsuro takedown is.
She's not gonna, cause she likes him too much. Yep. She's
Sato-san?
not going.
Aren't you going to throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns?
I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean?
Bruh.
Life is so unfair. Life is pain. I hate.
Anyway, to return to
Life
the
is
matter at
pain.
hand.
Hey.
Namely, this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Like as if he maybe fell over and died. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details.
Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese.
A smattering, dear boy, or a smattering, dear boy, a smattering. Sayonara, Bonsai, Mikaido, Naru. I trust you are suitably impressed.
This motherfucker! Get the fuck out of here!
Sayonara, like really?
Sayonara. This diary is littered with complicating looking characters, of which I can read
How can
precisely
you
none.
read this? There's no pictures.
There's no pictures, I can't fucking read this.
Oh, the laughing sprite.
So what was all that showing off about before then? I'm quirky like that.
Just a bit silly.
It's a bit silly.
If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Shaw.
Much obliged, my dear madam.
Long-winded bow.
Final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads... 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound.
A whistling sound?
These are very deep waters. Pray, go on.
Sound
The
like
second
a
sentence reads,
Doc. You sound like Sherlock Holmes getting ready to
1:35
go
a.m.
audition
Looks like some
for
sort
a
of
porn
pen is
video.
dangling from the ventilator grill.
Nick,
I'm sorry. I
what's
get
on your mind today?
I don't know. Get my head out of the gutter. No, actually drown me in the gutter. A speckled bag?
man.
What on earth does that mean?
I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before.
It's about gay sex.
Damn it, Nick. Ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring.
Don't worry, I'll probably be back tomorrow. Tomorrow.
If we're doing the market starts down the 4th, and
Yeah. Two lattice, they're on the wall, which connects to all the adjoining cabin.
I'm gonna shoot a firework in my house.
No, wait.
Don't do
No,
that.
don't do that. I played The Sims 1. That doesn't work. Doesn't work.
do it. It's funny.
Don't do it. Not.
You're right, I'm gonna shoot a firework in Mass's house.
There we go.
You're not going to do. You will do no such thing. I will kill.
Yes, the
I'm
adjoining
barely
cabin.
functional right now, motherfucker.
This is how we get rid of the bat.
It's the bat!
It's the freaking bat!
Would you rather get frozen in ice by Mr. Freeze or kicked in the fucking head by the Batman?
Well, I'll get kicked in the fucking head by Batman!
By the Bat! So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least.
It's bullshit. What a bunch of bullshit. The shit that spouted out of your mouth.
We learned nothing.
We learned that Naruto is a Russian revolutionary who has assassinated at least 6 people. Come on, Neo. Oh, as it happens, the victim's writing in his diary have piqued my interest. A matter warrants further investigation, I believe. And if I am still too long, the seasickness takes hold.
Oh, I suppose.
I'm going to throw up everywhere.
Thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to.
Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exhilaration. So yes, I intend to investigate, hence the truth will become clear soon enough.
Do you think, perhaps, that we could go with you?
No. Look, oh, there's a bug on my desk! that would be somewhat complicated.
What? But why?
Simple glance at your wrists would reveal the answer.
Oh, these.
After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No?
There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place.
Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point.
Bruh.
Bruh. Bruh.
You must be joking! You just said it only a moment ago!
Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing.
Well, actually, Mr. Sholms, I did hear you say that too.
You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange.
Oh?
I wouldn't have said it to your. I wouldn't have said you had faced the. You wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal. You know. Not really.
So what? Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are.
But anyway, that was then, and this is now.
What do you mean?
What do I mean, sir? This is. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Ah. Ah. Ah.
Now he's just being plain rude. You asshole.
I'm a belligerent asshole.
And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name.
Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for?
I'm contemplating of using that sword over there and killing everyone.
committing seppuku on yourself.
We must go and investigate the cabin next door and
Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way I can. Ah!
Oh.
After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us in a clue, you're willing to give up. You're just going to roll over and accept your fate.
As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part.
Yeah, Cosmo, some type of bitch.
I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door.
Man, playing Sholms is so much fun.
Yeah.
So much.
Good idea.
The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Cosmo to do everything I can to find a way out of this, and bring the real culprit to justice!
Rains from above.
Justice reigns from above.
Hey, sailor. Excuse me. Mass, it's you.
Oh shit. What?
I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Would you mind if I investigate a little outside?
Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes. But it is not true, I see.
Sorry?
The criminal asking prison guard to help him escape. Very funny.
We're in the middle of the sea. There's no chance of me escaping.
Niet. You stay in this cabin until next port. And it is up to Hong Kong police to decide what they do with you. You stay.
Alright. There's no point trying to appeal to this man's better nature, that's for sure.
God,
Go fuck yourself!
you realize that the sword is closer to me than you, da?
Damn, he's right.
Go press the door lock.
Oh yeah.
When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open. This bolt had been firmly closed.
It's quite a small bolt, and not particularly sturdy. It just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across the outside of the room in a situation like this.
Where did you get that from?
Yes,
From
that's
her
a clever
sleeve.
trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid.
When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine.
You
Ugh.
surprise.
Oh, look over there.
Wait, is that Hosanaga?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's back!
The crewman, you mean? He wasn't there before, was he?
That's what I thought.
Why don't we try talking to him?
Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again. I suppose I could try. What are you doing here?
Hosanaga!
Isn't this the guy with the terrible, like, disguises?
Is that?
Yeah, he's like the detective that went undercover.
Yeah.
You look oddly familiar.
Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san?
Oh no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling I've seen him somewhere before.
Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir?
Oh god, I have to get back into my fucking Snape voice. Yes, what can I do for you?
No, if he's a sailor, wouldn't he be Russian in a Russian accent if he's dressing up?
Oh god, I can't do a Russian accent though! You
A
can't
Russian
do that.
accent. A Russian accent as Snape. Russian Snape.
I can't do that.
Do it.
I recognize that
it's
face,
gonna
but
be horrible.
it can't be.
Mr. Potter.
Mr. Potter. Mr. Potter.
It is! Ah yes, the music of racism.
I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosanaga.
Should be blood on your sailor suit.
Hello again.
What are you doing here?
I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped.
Like that one villain in the future?
Really stopped. I hope.
I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship.
Again?
You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
I am the Phantom.
If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask.
I never expected to see this man on board. But perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector?
Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew?
I'm so sorry.
Huh?
This is all my fault. I take full responsibility.
For what?
My orders were to act as an Asogi-san's bodyguard.
Wait, you failed.
Oh, you did a great job.
Yeah, you did great! It was Minister of Justice Jikoku?
Yeah.
Jigoku, who
Jikoku.
pushed for his overseas study tour to go ahead. And he
Goku?
entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. And that
Assassinated?
went as well as you expected.
I'm not very good at my job.
I'm not very good at this.
How could I even
don't know
have
why they
a
did this.
possibility?
I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities.
This is incredible.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated?
They really don't want a Japanese man in an English courtroom, I see.
Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew.
I see.
And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board. From morning until night, every day.
God
I'm
damn it. I was hoping no one noticed that.
Memory!
All alone in the moonlight, I can smile at the old days. I was beautiful then. Sorry.
I don't know how the song goes. La, 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 la.
Remember
Ooh.
the time I knew what happiness is, I think.
Yeah, how
Something
old are
like
you?
that. But a new
34.
day.
Yeah, Herlock looks pretty. He looks pretty good for 34.
I mean, so does
Yeah.
Phoenix, so.
True.
And Edgeworth, yeah.
But yeah, Edgeworth's developing those bags under his eyes.
I mean, he's tired, man. This man gets no sleep.
Neo, it's you.
Sorry, I was doing something. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin. Not here on the first class deck. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Where's the knife so I can stab myself?
Whoa, wait.
Back
It's not
there.
that serious.
Your apology don't mean shit.
So if there's anything at all I can do to help now,
Oh, can you get me out of these handcuffs?
just say the word.
Can you get me out of these handcuffs?
Please? Please?
If we could maybe handcuffs, mister.
Please, Mr. Hoshinaga?
Please, Mr. Wojnaga.
Wawa.
Hello.
Wow.
I'm not going back to fucking Hawaii. I'm gonna kill.
Oh, Laura, dude. Oh, Baby Finn. We're doing what we can to investigate Cosmo's death ourselves. That's enough!
I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer?
Of course not!
Maybe.
No.
We'd really like to investigate
Yes.
the cabin next
Wait,
door.
no.
Yes, so we need to be
Perhaps.
allowed out of this cabin. Aren't you a little tall to be a sailor?
Sailors can be any height.
Aren't you a little tall to be a sailor boy? I have a growth spurt.
I'm sorry.
What?
You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door, That stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two.
Jesus. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well.
Don't worry, Sholms will get you out of this.
Bullshit.
Actually, no, wait, he probably won't, because he thinks you are the killer.
Yeah.
And you're probably screwed.
I can't believe I'm fucked.
Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive.
What do you mean?
If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I laid my life on the line if I had to.
I mean, I got a piece of string.
But
You want that?
I don't see how. The fuck?
There may be a way.
What?
Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession.
Evidence?
It's just the same as when you were in a court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel.
I don't got a gift though.
And choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use.
Let's also do it. What the fuck are you talking about?
So,
Calls a present flannel.
so evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin is it? Alright. Yes. I think I might know what we can use. Let's see if I can present the detective with the evidence he needs to persuade the captain.
What's that?
It's Cosmo's diary.
Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary.
Strange? In what way?
He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A speckled band? That is strange.
Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is...
Ugh. Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it?
Among Us joke here.
You're very astute, Inspector.
I think for fucking Sholms that just pop out of the vent.
You
Mhm.
Like, ah, this is where this goes.
That ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin.
That's right, so we could investigate in there. We might be able to work out what the speckled band was.
Alright then. I can leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? You're willing to do that?
Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though.
But what about the captain? Aren't you going to against his direct orders? I don't got that much to live, bro.
I'm a man of my word.
Tuberculosis, little bitch.
And I promise you that I lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the
Is that
captain.
what this guy has? TB?
Probably.
After all,
Yes.
I failed to keep Asugi-san safe. This is the least I can do.
Thank you.
Seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san.
Is this just Agent 47 with TV?
Just like to move and we can leave this cabin at last.
Move?
We can get out of the tutorial
Alright,
room.
let's see what we can find out. I'm gonna move the carriage.
Also, I have updated my I've updated 2 of my tier lists. I did the breakdown one and the cases one.
I can't wait to see what you think about Yakuza's characters. And you're going to like. I hope you like them very much.
Whew, I'm finally out of that cabin. You put Damon Gannon iconic.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's been there.
I'm just stupid. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. This is the most luxurious accommodation.
Yes, indeed.
What's this?
Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage.
Really? That must be awful.
Jesus Christ.
Look over there.
Oh.
Hey, actual masked character. That's another crewman keeping watch, and he looks enormous. Even he's sitting down.
The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't.
I suppose. Like people in handcuffs.
Buckshot Roulette reference?
Yeah.
Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time.
He hasn't been able to leave,
I
Susato.
would have thought you'd be used to this ship by now. You've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
Well, yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe.
It must have been a very trying time for you.
Please, don't give me that pitying look. Hey, big guy. You look like you could snap me in a... Oh my god!
Oh.
Excuse me, but... Can I ask you something? You look like a human thumb.
Thumb people from fucking, what's that?
5K?
Yeah.
You little stowaway murderer.
Man, you just say, like, you just come to say hello and you just says murder it down.
Kill you dead.
Okay.
Oh god, he's a water gun from Half-Life.
You are not the Freeman.
Man. Oh no, you're the fucking Nyland from Half-Life. You're the fucking Nyland from Half-Life. You are not... Man. I really want to play Half-Life.
Guys, that'd be more like
Freeman.
That wasn't a good start, was it?
Giant baby head.
Let me try instead.
Jeez.
Good day, Mr. Stingray.
Side
I'm so
profile.
sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you?
You little third-class lady's maid.
It looks like his face was painted on.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got like a
Just
weird sunburn.
And also just insulted her, which is like really rude.
Yeah.
We killed this guy.
Can we?
We seem to
Full
have
of
caught
hammers.
this sailor on a bad day,
put him
Sasato-san.
on the rack.
I am made of hammer. I am not sailor. My mother gave me name. I am senior crew member, Beef Stroganoff.
Okay.
Big, strong.
Beef stroganoff.
No, the pun is Beef Stroganoff.
What?
It is a dish.
Dish.
Well, that best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think.
No,
Why did he look
Kinda
like?
mid.
Why does he look? Why does his face look like Squidward's house?
I am all of the beef.
He's all the beef, but not the stroganoff.
Mr. Stroganoff, about the first-class cabin area.
Here we are in finest part of Boreas 3 steamship. For very important persons.
What sort of very important persons?
Government officials. Kings and queens traveling in secret. Many important persons. Not fucking you.
No.
That is why I am always guarding this place.
I'm always watching.
Gosh, that's amazing.
I crush your head like squeaky toy. But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean. But Stroganoff is no animal.
Thank you? Question mark?
It might be.
Riding fools be gone!
I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied?
Nah.
Susato-san, did you understand that?
It sounded like the.
So is that a yes
I think
or a
it's
no?
probably Russian for
Oh.
yes or no.
It's yes.
Oh, it's yes. Okay.
Yet
Genius.
is no. I had to take I had an entire week of Russian in school.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Let me tell you about my fucking language class. I've told this story before, but I'll say it again. I had a language class in middle school, and it wasn't. Now, when you think of that language class, what do you usually think? Spanish,
Yeah.
French, Italian.
Yeah, it's usually Spanish, French, Italian, or German.
Yeah.
What if I told you I had to learn 6 languages in 6 weeks?
What the fuck? Why would they do that?
Spanish,
They just hate him.
Spanish, French, Italian, German, either Japanese or Chinese. I cannot for the life of me remember which.
Mm.
And Russian.
Jeez.
Guess
do you
how
remember-
little I retained.
Duh.
Duh.
Fucking-
His ribbon looked like a fish.
Yeah.
At least the teacher was fun. The teacher was fun. Like one time it was like really hot. He's just like, and like the AC was down. He's just like, you know what happened? You know what to do if I pass out, right? And, just, then we were all just like, yes, we'll call 911. We'll press the intercom button. No, take my wallet.
That's funny. It's good that you had a nice teacher.
Nice teachers are so great.
Yeah.
They made
not
this.
permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
My mama took a Japanese class in college. She tells me a lot about that, and sometimes she's able to translate stuff, like just words. Like she doesn't know like a lot, but
I was
That
also
was
moderately
interesting.
disappointed by the fact that I didn't get to eat bugs. That was one thing that previous class was able to do. They had like
really,
actually like cooking like crickets and whatnot.
wow.
Herlock Sholms moment when he says like 3 very easy Japanese words. He's like, "Are you not impressed?"
Sayonara.
Sayonara.
Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least.
Yes, it's tantalizing.
You are big, and I'm
And I am
average.
average.
I'm average.
I'm average.
You
Small.
are not average. You are tiny baby man.
You could tell who was traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Osagi? Osogi, I mean. Oops.
His name is Grimsby Roylet. He is very important Western gentleman.
A Western gentleman?
Compared to stowaway piece of trash.
Babe. Mato Fato gentleman.
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy.
How can you be so sure about that? America!
Mr. Roylet is authentic Western gentleman. How much you want to bet this is the other character I voice? And, you know, might not be so Western. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands.
That was harsh. Fuck.
Casual racism.
Ah, yes, they have plenty
Could
of
you
that.
tell us when Mr. Roylock came aboard?
It is not your business.
Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I never once heard anything from the next door's cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. They're a very heavy sleeper.
Well, presumably
Excuse
since
me.
this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins. He must be rather important, is that right?
Nanya!
It is none of your business.
But, what if I make it my business?
What if I rip off your arm like twig?
I would not
Kinda hot.
like that.
Hmm.
Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Shogunov?
Oh, all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
I'm sad. this.
He's heard story about student boy.
Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
And did you notice
that's
anything
fine.
at the time? Anything unusual? Ah!
Niet.
Susato-san, did you understand that?
It was clearly a no.
You're lucky you didn't threw your fucking head in that window.
I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all.
And you didn't hear any strange noises? Or sense anything was wrong in some way?
Beef Stroganoff just pawned in Game of Life.
Okay.
Blazing Saddles, anyone?
What did you say from Blazing Saddles?
Stroganoff just pawned in Game of Life. I said no.
Sorry!
Blazing Saddles.
I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there.
I will beat you to death, tiny baby man.
Whoa! Don't pull out your beef muscles, bro.
It is enough. I cannot say more now. Where are fireworks? I kill.
Oh,
Super fucking annoying. They're annoying when you're not the one lighting them off.
It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to the cabin.
yes, alright.
Suplex you until you die.
No!
Bulkhead to second class area. He's staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain. Or as the English say, when the pigs fly.
Yes, I understand.
Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we?
Definitely. Oh my. Anyway, let's go in here. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Maybe whoever's in the cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask.
How about I rip Skull apart?
No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help us with our inquiries.
There's a mousetrap right there. How annoying.
What was that?
It's a mousetrap.
No.
Ah, a trap for catching mice.
And not the weird one, it's one of those snappy ones. Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait.
Let me see. Yes, I think that's what it is. I think that's what is called cheese. It's made from the milk of cows.
Moo. Cheese? I wonder what that tastes like.
You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut on our fingers.
Really? But... I suppose you're right. Naruhodo, you're disgusting.
What?
Why didn't you beat a
You
cheese?
weren't actually going to try it,
What
were
cheese?
The cheese on the mousetrap.
I just wanted my
It's nothing.
cheese.
It's nothing. Phoenix ate glass.
I'll have to eat for
Or
the...
to be
Phoenix is the
fair-
gold standard for fucked up protagonist science in this series.
I've also eaten glass before.
Oh my god.
Not fair.
All I have to eat for the past
Intentionally?
couple of weeks is
I
Cosmo's
was like
leftovers.
4.
Doesn't count as intentionally.
I don't remember.
You don't know how
Ate a
hungry I've
glass
been in that
ornament?
wardrobe.
How hungry.
I was very hungry.
How hungry.
Or you.
Loud ass
I'll find out what
Mars.
happened
Meow.
later.
Mew.
For you.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I'm waiting for like
boo.
Sholms to just come out of nowhere and jump scare us.
Yeah. I'm ready for him to like do a fucking FNAF jump scare. He just like lunges at the camera.
Deduction.
So I think he does do that.
That's really funny.
That book on top of the table there really
I
is
hope
huge
so.
there. It really is huge. There's a pen with it too.
Yes, I'm sure that's the ship's log.
Shall we have a little look through it?
I'm pretty sure it's all gonna be in Russian.
The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail
Or
about
not.
the voyage has been meticulously recorded.
You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting.
Anyway, look here. Last night's log is mostly blank.
Presumably that means there was nothing to report.
That's the way to the second class area of the ship. Is something wrong?
I was thinking about making a run for it just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me.
I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there.
No, I started with my talk of running away. There's no way I could run away while Cosmo's death remains a mystery anyway. Doing everything you can to save your boyfriend. Oh, sorry, your
To
boy.
avenge your boy.
This looks like the plan for the SS bruh. I mean, bruh.
The bruh.
It shows each
The
deck.
burya.
Look.
The Buria is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering!
Place an iceberg in front of it. See what happens.
Far
Where?
Holy shit.
Well,
That was an intentionally bad note, I just want to say.
Yeah.
well, it's been playing on my
Not
mind
that I
for
could
a
hit
while
that
now,
note if I
actually,
actually
but
tried.
Where?
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 how did such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean?
Buoyancy.
Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san.
It is?
Well, consider the
Alright,
Japanese
probably
archipelago.
asleep.
The islands of Japan?
Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
Well, I suppose so. I don't believe in God.
But you have the power of God and anime on your side.
What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? That's the alarm?
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch
It's
it.
how our asses are gonna get caught.
Oh, an alarm.
It says press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop.
Oh, this I have to... You dumbass!
What are you doing, Naruto-san? You mustn't touch it!
But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs.
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for.
Throw him for that.
If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation.
Throw him for that. I'll allow it. I wish everything would just stop, this ship included.
If you have to do something
There's a
foolish,
song
I
about
say
that.
the
It's
company
by
doesn't
Iron
affect
Maiden.
anyone else.
Rhyme with the Ancient Mariner.
What? What was that? It came from inside a cabin.
I swear to God, if it was
It's a high-pitched
Sholms.
scream.
It has to be Sholms. It has to be Sholms.
No, this is Sholms.
Stand aside. I'm about to break the door down.
Like the fucking Foxy jump scare.
I shan't be stopped when the fit is on me. I revel in kicking doors off their hinges.
What the?
What the hell does that mean?
Wait, Mr. Shaw.
There's someone in the other room. Sean just kicked it down. Sean just kicked it down. It
He
didn't come.
kicks the door into the person. Job well done.
My nose! You broke my goddamn nose!
Doesn't?
We made it in.
And how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick?
Don't kick me! I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief.
Kick beef. Kick
Oh, hey, it's my character.
Whoa.
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck. Who are you? Oh, wait, wrong. A Western gentleman? This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. A woman? Don't be upset.
Wait, isn't this my other character?
No, your other character's skinny. This guy's like, medium set. That makes sense. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. You got a pair of scissors, sir.
Yeah.
I need scissors 61.
True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed? Get out! All of you, now!
That's me screaming.
Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsley Royalt, I believe. Royalt.
Yes, that's me, and you are?
I am the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholms. You may have heard of me, no doubt.
Stab
Who?
him.
No.
Ooh.
What?
I am
Who
a
you?
great detective among great detectives, the one who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you may trust me completely.
This man uses that magazine like a business card.
I was on this cover. of the Rolling Stones. Clearly, you
I'm
can
the
trust me.
epitome of trustworthiness.
The New York Times made an article on me, see? A detective? I do not trust detectives.
We distinctly heard a scream mounting from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe at this time.
I cut her body into pieces and I put it in the bag.
So I might be so bold to ask you to open that small traveling case.
What?
Why that one?
What? Don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that?
Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling sides, one trunk.
Oh god, he's looking at me. Don't look at me. What?
Look at me. What the? Is there an animal in there?
Did you see that, Mr. Naruhodo?
It's gotta be an animal.
Yes, the case just shook.
What is it?
Leave now, otherwise I'll call the steward. So this is Cosmo's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Rollat. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something.
I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns.
This song, though. What the fuck?
What are you doing, Sholms?
Bro's hanging out.
He's just hanging out.
Bro's hanging around.
Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholms? What are you doing?
You need only address me as Sholms.
That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholms, what were you doing in there?
Why, I was resting, of course.
You lazy bum. My glutes are tired.
Resting?
Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of deduction to surface.
Oh!
And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken?
Well, no, actually, you're spot on. For once.
Hey. Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why, the truth, of course. Though it may be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively to the Russians.
Right.
Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh God.
Oh, yes, please!
Well then, what you are about to see may very well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case.
Too many greats.
I'm so great at this.
Oh.
Could this man be a more Packian portrayal of a dubious Russian, may I ask you?
What?
From time to time, it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness? Or Russian... Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness?
I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you, or anyone. Imagine this guy's not the...
And Mr. Sholms,
Imagine this guy's not the killer, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read. It's a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment.
I must have complete silence.
What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that?
Just as I thought, yes. I've quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Royloff, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions.
What? What do you mean?
Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. Using those shears, you are about to end the existence of something most dear.
I was literally cutting my beard. What the fuck are you talking about?
Are you not?
Huh?
And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn.
Your beard is big.
You are, at this very moment, no less in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. Does it not?
Gah!
Oh, Naruhodo-san! I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholms' great deductions with my own eyes!
That was a great deduction?
Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholms. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person.
All he did was just tell us that he has a pair of shears so we could clearly see.
What? What an inevitable twaddle.
Oh yes, I've read about it countless times in the Adventures of Herlock Sholms. I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand.
They will make a game about
He's
this.
such a fangirl.
Yeah.
This is like a dream come true.
I can hardly believe it, but all the color has strayed from Mr. Herlock's face. Looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusion were right. How could you?
Oh my god, he was actually right. How could I possibly know such things you wish to say?
I'm just built different.
I'm just built different. Very well, then I shall elucidate. Whatever that word is.
Elucidate.
Elucidate. I shall
pontificate.
I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions.
That's make the most obscure goddamn Quar reference I could make. It's like, no one's going to get that.
So I do cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning.
Choo
But
choo.
plainly, let us work through my deductions together.
Why are there fucking fireworks?
The
Wow.
great
Great
deduction.
deduction.
The game is
The
The game
afoot.
is afoot.
Plot.
Old
Topic
man's
1. Old man's identity.
identity.
Yo.
So the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott, obviously, what catches the eye in the first place?
Where did that spotlight come from?
It is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You were on the verge of using those shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving on. The question then begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott?
It is fucking itchy.
Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper, in particular, the fascinating front page article, which it would appear you have read also, Mr. Roylott. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In the translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai.
That is literally not me. You dumb fuck.
As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard.
Bro just keeps yapping, not listening.
Having noted the article yourself, you've decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand.
Revolutionary
on the run.
Topic 2.
Topic 2.
Wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. Then the proof of this crime? Over there! Oh yes, Mr. Roylott. Take unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see.
The fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answers we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before your very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare.
No, I refuse.
Oh, too bad. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps? One slight enough to fit there, then?
Yeah, a newborn.
Yeah.
Don't be absurd.
And what, pray, would there be to identify this young lady in the travelling case? Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your carelessness, coup de betrays you. Once again, we need only to follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. Or there's another most stimulating article. If we turn the fleeing revolutionary to the back page, renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikola Pavlova.
Kidnapping of a young ballerina.
Thus concludes Herlock Sholms' great deduction of Russian enigma, Lemsky.
Leminski.
Lemensky.
Elementsky, my dear Watson. Naruto's like, that's it?
I'm having so much fun playing as Sholms.
Yeah.
Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it?
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck he said.
Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow.
Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here a moment?
Oh, fuck off. Hey, what can I do for you?
Your whole deduction was bullshit.
Oh, fuck you.
It's not your deduction.
You try doing my job.
Okay.
No, not at all. Go on.
Well, to start with, there's a newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other.
What do you mean? They look the same.
No.
Oh yes, I recall our discussion earlier, and at the time I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance.
For fuck's sake!
That's not how that works!
In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Herlock does look more like this man than you do.
Yeah, didn't Sholmes say that he thought we were this man?
Yeah.
Bro.
That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina.
Indeed, a truly starring revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate such a young woman.
Not just at first glance, it's too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child in that case, even if you pushed really hard.
I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she?
You mean you wouldn't know? No, the young lady is 15.
No, I didn't know. How could I?
Is this some hammer space bullshit?
No.
If she's 15, then 10 years' worth of her will be poking out from the case. 10 years worth.
Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain lethalness in their bodies.
Vinegar?
Fucking...
It's
what are they on
vinegar, pussy.
It's vinegar. For such a sour bunch, it would be surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case. So does he think that she got vinegared up and then just put into a case?
I mean, vinegar is made from alcohol.
I mean, it is. But I don't think she could fit herself in there if she like covered herself in vinegar, if that's what we're getting at.
Well, not with that attitude.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Let me just go try this right now.
Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes.
This whole thing is turning into a circus. And
He's a
he's a
circus.
clown.
Sholmes is the
Ringmaster.
host.
Something's occurred to me about
the
Mr. Sholmes'
ringmaster.
deductions just
Yeah.
now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical.
Oh my god.
Almost instantly.
Susato, please!
Sato, you are
Take out
such a
those
bad-
rose-colored glasses, please!
Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Miss Sato.
It's just one or two key words in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think?
What does that mean?
Switch some key words in his deduction.
Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction.
Why should I help this man?
He's precisely the thought that was going through my own mind.
This man is a lot of work.
At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me. Ha. Ha.
It's not that funny. You're not funny.
Funny to me.
Not
And you, my
funny,
good fellow.
Didn't laugh.
Sorry?
Take a moment to look at take a moment to look at your wrists.
My wrist? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Cuffs.
Huh? How did...
I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction.
I don't believe it.
Mr. Sholms, you are a marvel.
You something, alright.
We're just not going to explain how he got off those handcuffs.
Apparently not.
And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are
And
finished.
apparently he can put them back on.
Okay.
I'm not worried, in
Just
fact.
could do
I
that,
gotta
I
stay
guess.
Like this.
So, let us begin. Herlock Sholms is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Copyright trademark.
Course
Course
correction.
correction.
Hold it, Mr. Sholms.
Mr. Sholms.
Revolutionary on the block. So, the dubious-looking Russian Mr. Royler, obviously, what catches your eye in the first place? Is the enormous pair of shears in your hand.
Oh, we already read this, so...
Yeah. We ask yourselves what could possibly want with such an implement. The answer, of course, staring us right in the face. You're wearing the various shears to cut away that copious beard, you swat.
I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard?
I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me, though.
It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either.
Which means I suppose that the deduction is wrong.
Impossible.
Let's try to switch a keyword here, Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters.
Alright, but how?
I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott.
I wonder if it's really his beard that he intends to use those shears on.
Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better,
Then what?
then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san.
Why am I the one to do something about this?
Because no one else will.
Nobody else will.
You're surrounded by idiots.
Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we can use to switch around the last sentence. Exactly what Mr. Roulette really going to use the enormous shears for? What the?
Golden lock.
What
Golden
the-
lock.
What the? What's this?
It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks.
No. The color is not the point. The point is, what's it doing on the back of Mr. Roulette's head? And how is it growing out from underneath his thick black hair?
Well, yes, that's true. So stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising.
Susato, please.
Very stunning, yes,
Definitely
we get
not
it.
right here.
Susato is so impressionable.
I know,
It's
right?
she's adorable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes!
How old is she? I'm assuming
Isn't she like
she's a teenager.
16?
Yeah, I'm assuming she's kind of like Rafa. Oh,
You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks, you sport.
Indeed. You have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose.
Ah,
yeah.
sure, what?
Shut up.
Yeah, she's 16.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a Rafa situation, or she's just being a teenager.
Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man.
You don't know that.
This
entirely
Wolf in
true.
disguise?
You're not a man at all. You're a woman.
Really?
It's tough wolf in disguise.
Naruhodo.
Wendy spamming the trans flags.
Naruhodo, what year do you live? Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Pride month is over. You can't you have to stop
Pride
being
month is
gay.
over.
Begin wrath month.
Begin wrath.
And judging from the length and sheen of your
Then
hair,
Gluttony month, greed month, lust month, envy
Once
month,
there
and
very
sloth
much
month.
in her youth.
oh no.
Oh, could it be the woman, the princess?
If I only had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually.
Yeah, Nicolita in disguise.
Yeah. The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is in plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is in the article about the
You just-
revolutionary.
You could have just stuffed
You're
it in your
just
hat.
insane. Well, that was a shock.
Mr. Sholms is fucking insane.
I kind of miss Gumshoe because he was just straightforward, not whatever the fuck is happening. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you?
Detective in hard mode, like hard difficulty.
Sholms with
What?
a thinking cap on.
Why are you staring at me like that?
Yes, it was a surprise, Naruhodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Sorry?
You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes.
I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything.
Oh,
No,
It's
feel
strictly
like
business.
I had fun.
Yes, I understand. Say no more.
Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now.
No, that's true, given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman.
What are you talking about? He's a revolutionary. He can revolutionize
Revolutionary.
this phase. Exactly. He, or rather she, can possibly be this merciless revolutionary.
I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now.
Yes.
Let's switch the evidence for something else, something that fits the facts as we now understand them.
For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Alright, I'll do my best.
Yes!
Yes! The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. This song makes me want to get up and tap dance.
yeah. I love to imagine them tap dancing together.
Gay?
We need like a we need a
right.
musical of
That's
this
right.
game.
You hit the nail on the head.
So it's just full of tap numbers.
Renowned prima ballerina of Novovich Ballet disappears at Shanghai. I've said this line like 5 fucking times. It would appear that we are finally able to address you by your true name.
Yes, because your true identity is that a Novovich Ballet prima ballerina.
Miss Nicolea Pavola. Pavola. Pavola, yeah.
That scissors
Jesus,
almost
they
got
got
your
you.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying this now. This is your character now.
Oh boy.
You
I
can be a
can't do
Russian.
Russian.
You're
No,
doing Russian.
I can't.
Yay!
Join us in Moscow.
Join us.
Uh-oh.
Drink deep from the borscht.
You're right.
That's good.
Yeah.
I
My
like it. Just for fun, doesn't really
Yeah.
matter.
my real name is Nina. I mean Nikolina Pavlova.
It's not bad.
That's very good.
But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone.
You can't tell us what to do.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Ballerina on
So-
Police!
Oh.
Okay, we'll save it here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's getting late.
I just wanted to get to the deduction, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.